For attending before the Commission. My name is Justice Nicola Shapiri. I'm the chairperson of the Commission.
My name is Giruku.
Loraza.
And our Secretary is Samuel Caesar. Thank you. We're ready to start. Samuel, will you administer the oath?
Yes, sir. Repeat after me. I shall tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Thank you. And I understand you'll be speaking in Creole.
Thank
you
you.
prefer, that's fine. For the record, could you state your full names and your address?
M'appelle William Mossimania.
My name is William Mania.
Pour le moment, on peut rester à Sopin.
I currently live at Ansopin.
Yes, and your rank?
Inspector.
And which unit?
Pocho.
And Inspector Mania, how long have you served in that position?
33 years, sorry.
33 years. You are aware why you've been called before us. You were in charge of the armory, correct?
Correct.
And you have, over the many years in the force, have many officers that have been under you, correct?
Correct.
Could you tell us, Inspector Mania, what your role has been in relation to explosives, specifically at CCCL?
Monsieur Mania, dis avec nous qui rôle exactement avec explosif côté Cccl.
In fact, your involvement, yes.
Well, CCL, on a pas gagné CCL.
I did not play a very big role with the Cccl.
Sure. Let's take a step back. What are the core functions in your unit?
Qui bonne fonction principale dans unit?
Okay, but fonction principale dans ma unit, nous connaissons deal avec armes, ammunition.
The core functions of my unit, as you know, would be dealing with weapons and ammunitions.
Aussi, l'explosive.
As well as explosives.
And what role, if any, did your officers play in relation to explosives at CCCL?
Et qui rôle que les officiers qui travaillent pareil, ils ont une en ce qui concerne ban explosif côté CCCL?
Excuse-moi, because avant ou soit là, actually.
Are we talking about before or right now?
We're trying to establish what was there in 2023, prior to that.
Nous pouvons causer un peu avant ça qui est arrivé en 2023 et aussi un peu plus avant ça.
Ok. Pour avant, je suis capable de dire que nous avons officiers côté Pocho.
I can say that our role before that at the Potru, before that we were SSU.
Yeah. Les officiers qui sortent par l'éclamine.
The officer that would go to accompany the blasters.
Il suppose connaître bien son rôle et sa fonction qu'il peut faire là-bas avec la mine.
He's supposed to know very well what are his roles involving the blasters and the blasting.
Les officiers SSU, l'état par l'assister blasting.
The roles of the SSU officers whenever they are going to assist with the blasting work.
Starting from the beginning, Petit Paris.
I will start from the beginning, whereby they take the key at Petit Paris from the camp.
Petit Paris, CCCL.
Once they have taken the key at Petit Paris, they would then proceed to CCCL.
CCCL, il y a un blaster là-bas.
At CCL, they already have their blasters over there.
A blaster n'a pas aucun la clé qui reste avec eux.
The blasters do not hold any keys in their possession.
La clé reste le camp Pocho, mon cas dit ça.
The keys are kept at Potru at the camp.
Ou ça garde le temps y a là-bas avec blaster.
The officer, when they are accompanying the blaster,
Il y a là-bas pour lui assister blasting.
he goes there for him to assist with the blasting work.
Là-bas, le temps y aller.
Once they go there,
Once qu'on sorti là-bas blaster, quand tu tout donner papier.
once you arrive there, the blaster would give you a paper.
Le papier y en a quand tu tout qui l'a mis fouillé.
On that paper, it would already state how many holes were dug,
Il y en a quand tu détonateur qu'on parle avec.
how many detonators you were going to use and go with,
Il y en a quand tu mets of cortex qu'on parle avec.
how many meters of cortex they were going to use.
Saban cortex ou fuse ou détonateur comme on peut dire.
And these cortex, cap fuse, and detonators I am referring to,
Il reste dans possession sa garde.
they are kept in the police officer's possession.
Sa garde, once qu'il n'a le terrain que la mini concerne.
Once the police officer had reached the site where the blasting work is going to be done,
Sa blaster, il demande ni un par un si besoin cortex.
the blaster would then ask the officer one by one whether he would need cortex,
Cortex, fuse combien il peut servir,
how many cap fuse he was going to use,
ou détonateur, mostly electric detonator.
electronic detonators.
Electric, yes. Electric detonator. Once qui fini loading bantu, fini appli bantu,
Once he had completed with loading the holes,
là, blasters y en a son soufflet, son sirène qui servi.
the blasters had their own siren that they use.
Ok? Là, d'autres warning, Jimon Aaron, qui en a Jimon Aaron pour sortir, à cause, il y a 10 autres qui en a, comment on dit ça, que se parle déroulé comme un blasting.
And by that time, they had to warn everybody, every people, that something is going to happen. And in this case, it was blasting.
Yes, blaster servi pavillon rouge.
The blaster used red flag to secure every area that the work was going to be done.
Yeah. Là, l'état est fini. La mine, fini pété.
Once the blasting had completed,
Ou sa garde,
the role of the police officer,
supposé retourner avec tout ça qui nous restait.
he's supposed to go back with everything that was left.
Ouais. A bonne question qui restait gagnant plus papier quand tu t'es sorti et quand tu t'es tourné avec.
And all these things, all the leftovers, had to be noted down and how many were left and how many they returned back with.
Ça bonne détonateur, ou soit, que femme talent, on parle machine gel explosive que tu servis.
And the detonators, as well as the gel explosives that they used, which I had not mentioned earlier.
Il gagne retourner dans le dépôt.
Depot. All of these are returned back to the main,
To the dépôt, yeah.
to the depot.
Là, ça garde supposé prendre sa papier qui tourne avec.
And from there, the police officer is supposed to take the paper that he had brought back
Et tourne avec la unit.
and bring it back to the unit.
Ça ban bout qui, ça ban l'état tu peux servir.
These are the things that we were using at the time.
So how were the officers assigned to go and do the work? Was it random, or there were specific officers that were going to CCCL premises?
Kima y a ban officier ti ganyan voye pour travail. Est-ce qu'ils ont ti ganyan choisi la pour là, soit ti y a ban officier spécifique qui ti ganyan voye pour faire le voyage là-bas?
Ban l'état qui m'a connaît, ou tu as vu là pour travailler, bah c'est arrivé.
During
Okay.
the time that I've known is that you can come in at work, and by the time the blaster had arrived,
Ou gen choisi la pou la.
you get picked up just right there.
And those officers, are they trained to handle and deal in explosives?
Est-ce que sa ban officiers ont un l'entraînement qui moyen pour prendre cas avec explosif?
Avant chana ban boot, mon ka ak fan lo la, avant chana ban outil dans instruction qui zot pi al fè avec ça ban. De donate ki fa pa tout kin gan sa ban
Before
instruction.
that, they were given instructions as to what they were going to do with the detonators, but I don't know afterwards how it worked.
I'll just take you back. I'm not sure if you answered my question about the training. I was asking whether officers are trained how to handle and deal in explosives.
Il peut demander avec vous, pareil, il demande au plus bonheur, ce qui m'a hier, ben, les officiers, ils gagnent l'entraînement pour eux autres deal avec explosifs.
Ok. Les officiers qui gagnent non nan de qualité explosion nou cause lo la.
We are talking about two types of explosives.
Non, military explosive,
We have military explosives
et puis industrial explosive.
as well as industrial explosives.
Pour moi, mon ban ti moun qui peut deal avec explosive là,
For my people dealing with explosives,
nous deal avec military explosive.
we dealt with the military explosives.
Okay, so two of your officers told us one officer said they were handling some of the explosives, but both of them said they had no training. So my question is, because you've told us now the officers were assisting with the blasting, right? But they had no training. How would they know what they're looking at, how to handle it, how to assist and supervise?
On dit non plus bonheur, monsieur, et plus bonheur aussi, il y a des officiers qui viennent dans l'évidence. Et parmi, il dit qu'ils ont un bon officier qui dit avec bon explosif, et ça l'autre, il dit comme ça, il pas dit avec explosif à cause de pas gagner aucun entraînement ou sans aucune qualification. Et ou dit non, qui ban les officiers assisté avec ban quelque chose qu'on a pour faire avec explosif. Alors, ce qui m'a pour connaître qui ça ban dit mon y a une qualification ou soit capable tenir ou soit chambo ou soit deal avec aucun explosif.
Pareil, gen ma clair pour mon ban ti moun qui peut deal avec explosive, military explosive.
For my people dealing with the military explosives,
Ça ban y a un certifié. Gen certifié.
these ones are certified.
Ça ban qui peut deal avec industrial,
The ones dealing with the industrial explosives,
y en a tout raison pour dire y pas gagne sa formation.
they have every reason to say that they did not receive any training
À cause de ti gagne expliquer la pour là. pour aller.
because they were chosen just right in there.
And did you personally visit the CCCL premises?
Est-ce que ou personnellement on visite là-bas côté Cccl?
Et puis là, né? Tout le monde passe là-bas.
It's been some years back since I went there.
But you did not do the role that your officers have done.
Ou pas le même rôle que les officiers ont fait?
Non.
No.
And were you on duty on the night of 6th to 7th December?
Est-ce que tu peux travailler ça jour, les 6 à les 7 décembre?
Le 7 décembre, on travaille les jours, normalement.
Usually
It's
I
Friday
work
duty.
day shift.
So you were not on duty?
Vous participez travailler?
Le temps de l'explosion, j'arrive à mon participer avant de la gaz.
On the day of the explosion when it happened, I was not working, I was at home.
Is it? Okay. And what do you know about the events that happened at the CCCL premises?
Tu connais le seul incident qui est arrivé là-bas côté Cccl?
Qui me connaît? Souvent, qui me dit qui me connaît qui n'avait pas fait CCL,
What I can say as to what I know about what happened at CCL,
Mama chigai call aswa,
I received a phone call during the night,
please call.
many calls in fact.
Habalita mo chipe dormi.
During that time I was asleep.
Mo chigai call for the mo desan Luca.
I received a phone call whereby I had to come down at the camp
That was an explosion.
because there was an explosion.
Vicky mana nana a groupe de monde qui deal avec explosif.
The fact that we have a group of people that deals with explosives,
Ici nous lek nous faction once qui en a ban alerte comme ça
it was our roles and functions once there were such alerts
pour nous descendre vin faire nous travail explosif.
for us to go and come and do our work in regards to explosives.
And then, what transpired?
Après ça,
Après ça, Chanaban, que le temps venu tout ça, Chanaban, les officiers CID qui déjà fini avant moi.
when I arrived there were already some CID officers who had already arrived.
Qui sont déjà là aussi.
They were already at the scene.
Le temps que tu es là aussi, ça veut dire, moi, nous allons voir ce qui fait moi avec mon bandit explosif, que nous ne pas faire un explosif.
When I say they were already at the scene, it also means that myself and my officers, the work that we were supposed to do handling explosives, we were not able to do.
Et puis, tu pas, il a plu aussi, dans le temps.
And the rain was falling also during that time.
So they left the scene?
Alors, sous ticket, si nous y allons,
Nous pas ticket si nous challenge, nous travaillons quand les jours.
we did not leave the scene, we worked until daytime.
And what were they doing?
Qu'il va se faire?
Directement, je peux appeler ce monde, gagne accès dans l'environnement pour que ça explosion arrive.
We were preventing people from having access to the environment or the area where the explosives had occurred.
Okay. Oh, so you were not at the site, you were at Providence.
Providence.
Okay. Okay. I'll invite questions, Mr. Rubin.
Yes. Bon après-midi, inspecteur Magnan.
Let me just say.
Good afternoon.
Would you wanna 33 ans service, correct?
You
Correct.
stated that you served for 33 years.
Correct.
That's correct.
Tu as 33 ans, une basée dans PMU SSU qui après le pied pour tout.
And for these 33 years, you were based at the PMU, then SSU, and now
Correct.
Coach Roux.
Et
Correct.
That's
encore là.
correct. And you
Encore
are
là, oui.
still there. Yes.
Là où tu es entré, si bon, on a été comme un constable,
When you started and you joined them, you started as a constable.
Correct.
That's correct.
on gagne lance corporel,
Then lance corporal.
Correct.
That's correct.
on gagne corporel,
Then corporal.
Correct.
on
That's
gagne
correct.
16 ans,
Then
Correct.
sergeant. That's correct.
et ou l'inspecteur là.
And now inspector.
Correct.
On
That's
passe à
correct.
5 étapes.
You've gone through all those 5 stages. Yes.
Et les temps en 16 ans, on dit en stage intensif, day or night shift.
As sergeant, did it ever happen that you were in charge of shifts, day shifts or night shifts?
Non.
No.
Qui vous le que tu fais comme
What
16
was
ans?
your duty as sergeant?
Moi, je suis dans un team l'intervention.
I was in an intervention team.
Là où tu caporal,
When
Le
you were
motif
corporal,
caporal aussi.
also when I was corporal.
si man là où tu es constable, on déjà fait escort pour explosif.
Therefore, as constable, you have also been involved in escorting explosives.
C'est correct.
That's
Correct.
correct.
Où tu fais escort, ben, blasters, on est daily basis par tout le monde.
Did you escort blasters on a daily basis everywhere on Mahe?
Correct.
That's correct.
Et ça, je Charles, après tout normal duty, il y a un part-time, tu gagnes 200 roupies par jour gouvernement prend 100 roupies, donne tout 100 roupies. Correct,
And this
ça?
was a part-time job that you did outside of work, whereby you were paid 200 rupees per day, where the government took 100 rupees and you got 100.
Ben l'état, moi, tu gagnes 150 mois.
At the
Ça, c'est
time, I
oui,
received
ça, c'est après, tu augmentes,
150,
oui.
but then it was increased.
Il y a un moment, il y a.
Et ça, tu mets tout
Yes.
l'eau la paye, il a fait 10 mois.
And this was
That's paid
included
tous les
on your
jours.
salary every month.
Correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Ça va garde que vous dites, tu viens là.
The police officers that you said went there,
Tu viens part-time pour...
Il y a un
Correct, ça.
part-time,
they
correct.
came for part-time to get this. Is that correct?
Correct.
That's
Après,
correct.
comment est-ce petit blaster qu'on a allé là? On a le score que Cccl, comment il garde?
And as you have escorted other commercial blasters, have you ever escorted the ones at Cccl as a
Au
police
CCL, moi, pas
officer?
aller, non.
At Cccl, no, I didn't.
Ok, on pas aller. Avant qu'on a allé là.
The ones that you did
À l'état,
go,
parce qu'on a un explosif.
you had no clue about explosives.
Non, ben l'état.
C'est un constable.
During that time, no. You were constable?
Yeah.
Yes.
Les Wall-Scott, il pas dit où qui maniait pour tirer en ministre là-bas.
When you did the escort, they did not tell you how to do blasting work.
Correct.
Il dit où qui maniait pour safeguard sa bande affaires qui tirait à bande explosive.
They ask you to safeguard, they show you how to safeguard the explosives that were being removed.
Correct.
Et tout
That's
garde
correct.
qui gagne l'instruction. Comment il est pour faire
And
pour faire
all,
entrer les autres formes.
and all the police officers receive those instructions as to how to do that and to make the entry on their forms.
Correct.
That's correct.
Il y en a deux instructions qui te donnent écoutez.
There were 2 instructions given.
Un, il informe qui maniait pour escorte explosive.
One was written on the form as to how to escort explosives,
Deuxième, mesure sécurité pour armes.
and the second one was security procedures for the weapons.
C'est correct.
Ça tient en anglais, en créole, en français.
And this was in English, French, and Creole.
Et ça
Yes.
est placé dans une baraque et même dans le cabinet, il mettait mon rapide.
And those were placed at your camp and even at your cabinet, as to what I can recall.
Le cabinet,
Ça vient.
In the toilet,
oui.
as I can recall.
Et où tu as fait, le temps après, on a fait course.
Yes.
Afterwards, you went on a course.
Correct.
Qui paye
That's
tu as
correct. Which
Um,
country was that?
Pour l'explosif, mostly, nous n'allons faire li à La Réunion.
For the explosives, we went to Réunion.
avait dit où elle baisse dans la bande affaires explosive.
Therefore, you are well versed in this regard.
Correct.
That's
Là où
correct.
dit, garde à l'escorte, tu fais d'une façon et afterward, ou pas connaît.
And you have stated that before that, when they were doing the escort, it was done one way, but afterwards, you do not know.
Correct.
That's
Ça,
correct.
afterward, ou tu là ou encore là.
Afterwards, are you saying that you were still there?
Correct.
That's correct.
On déjà, vu qu'on a fait sa bonne training,
Since you have
aider pour
gone,
donner peu l'instruction qui maniait, il fait un problème
since you
score.
wanted to do all these trainings and receive the instructions as to how these things are handled in another country,
OK. Il y en a moment qui nous a gagné une peu formation qui m'a handle industrial explosive par la mine.
there were officers who got training as to how to handle industrial explosives.
Oui. On peut pas dire des histoires dans les autres
Oui,
aussi.
oui,
car-
I'm not
Okay.
talking only about you, but others as well.
Because en
à
général,
cause
And I'm speaking in general.
du SSW, SSU, sur le voisin vaste,
SSU, SSW, their work is very vast.
il secure government building,
They secure
Sensitive.
government buildings,
sécurité contre ban ministre,
security,
sécurité contre
safety at the
ban
ministers,
ambassade,
safety at the ambassador,
escorte la mine,
to escort blasters,
assist regular police,
assist regular police.
deal with civil disturbances, radio, etc. Correct ça?
correct, tout ça est correct.
Ok. Après l'explosion, avant l'explosion, on déjà visite Cccl pour donner certains advice qui manière storage, ainsi de suite, pour que d'autres conteneurs qui manière placés.
Before the explosion, have you ever visited the CCCL and to advise them as to how the containers are supposed to be placed?
OK. nous passons une visite côté CCL là.
Yes, we did go to visit the CCCL.
Carrière.
Oui. Et on déjà raisé un concern d'un meeting avec un high government officiel qui on raise un concern avec lui.
Have you ever raised a concern during a meeting to a high government
No.
officer?
And government.
To a high government officer?
Correct.
And you raise your concerns to him?
Correct.
That's correct.
Kuti dit comme ça.
What did you say?
OK. Qu'est-ce que moi tu dis? Pour dans d'autres détails que moi dis bien tranquille.
I will give
honest.
you every details on what I said, and I will be honest.
Sa meeting inal ndi fois nous attendre sa meeting.
The meeting happened few times.
Moi personnellement William Mania,
I personally, William Magnan,
mon déjà dit comme il a reçu une license,
I once said that if I was handing out licenses,
moi pas une license ni l'autre.
I would never give license to neither one or the other.
Sorry. The one that
Mon pas une license ni l'autre. Avec des deux parties,
I would never give license to neither CCCL or UCPS.
Dans sa meeting, nous te mettons quelque chose à terre devant eux.
During that meeting, we placed everything before them.
Quelquefois, nous pas mettre ça quelque chose en écrire papier que je prends pour l'attention là.
Maybe we did not put everything down in writing that they did not pay attention.
On te dit moi-même moi, le côté si, je ne peux pas donner une licence comme là, tu m'as donné à cause deep down.
And I told them that I would have never given any license to neither one because deep down,
La loi internationale dit comme ça. Si, ok, la loi internationale dit comme ça, explosive.
the international law states that explosives,
Si on n'a pas, ou peut ban go amount of explosive mon colo là.
and we are talking about large amount of explosives,
Si on pas mettre deep down 25 meters.
if you do
About
not
that,
place them deep down 25 meters under the earth,
Ou soit, moi tu donne autres, moi tu mets la table devant autres.
or if I had placed it right there in front of them during the discussion,
Why not créer un île côté, c'est ça, Providence côté ban PC mit bateau.
why not create a small island at Providence where the fishermen usually keep their boats?
Faire un île,
Build a small island there,
ok. Faire buffer pour ça de l'organisation CCL, pour ça UCPS.
and prepare a buffer for both organizations, for the CCCL and for UCPS,
Et façon, si jamais il y a évoqué un explosif,
so that if ever there would be any explosion,
il existe là, mais il n'y a pas de ban grand dégâts, on va dire ça.
the explosion would have occurred only in that space where the explosives were, and there would not be such disaster.
Il paraît de sa meeting que moi j'allais.
But it looked like the meeting that I attended,
Juste écouter,
they just listened
n'a pas action.
and there were no actions.
Après ça, c'est simplement quelque chose qui n'arrive aujourd'hui.
And after, this is what exactly happened.
Sa meeting, côté tu fais, il est qu'il a autres qui faire là.
Therefore, you are saying what exactly was done and who are these people you are referring to?
Ok, sa meeting, il fait de la douane faire.
The meeting was held at two locations.
Central police, premier camp central.
The first one started at the Central Police Station.
Deuxième tu fais à ban la restaurant tu fais maison du peuple.
The rest of the meetings were conducted at Maison du Peuple.
Lequel ça autres, ça ban dit on que tu fais meeting avec.
Who were the person and the people involved in the meeting?
Dans sa meeting, ça l'état, ministre,
Eh oui.
Can I say the name?
ministre Cccl là.
During that meeting, Minister Fonseca was there.
Et puis, il y en a un qui est arrêté dans sa high rank aussi dans le ministre.
There was
Minority.
also another person considered as high rank on the level of minister.
On ne peut pas recall son nom.
I cannot
madame.
recall, madam. I cannot recall her name.
Puis, meeting in fini comme ça, le 7 décembre 2023.
The meeting ended just like that on the 7th of December 2023.
Parole qui m'a dit cause une action.
Every word that I spoke, no actions were taken.
Parole qui m'a dit cause une son action.
Every word that I had spoken, the action took place right after.
Tu prends certaines notes ou même ou personnel notes
Did
dans
you
la
take
meeting?
any notes during the meeting?
C'est même ça qui m'a fait dire tout à l'heure, quelquefois qu'on nous parle dans quelque chose en écrit.
This is what I stated earlier. Maybe it's because we did not give them anything in writing.
Les outils faits, les outils écrits, les outils écoutés.
When you were telling them, were they writing everything down? Yes, they were writing it down.
Lesquels qui t'ont écrit?
Who were the people writing it down?
Ça ban di moun qui travaille dans le bureau ministre Fonseca pas moi madame qu'on pas recall son nom.
They were the people working in the office of Minister Fonseca. Like I have stated earlier, I do not recall her name.
Secrétaire même Tilanda.
As well as the secretary that was there present.
Après l'explosion, vous avez le site,
After the explosion, did you go on site?
Correct.
That's correct.
vous avez certains items qui vont exploser là-bas.
Did you collect any items that had been gathered, scattered around?
OK. Le site, après ça va l'explosif directement.
On the site, right after the explosion,
Ensemble avec les officiers CID.
together with the CID officers,
Une question que nous c'est la bande bout cortex.
we collected pieces of cortex,
Confuse.
capsules,
Puis bout wire.
and pieces of wire.
What about unexploded detonators?
Ça tout ça là y en a que nous amassé oui.
We also collected those.
Côté de timidité.
Where did you place them?
Dans un conteneur pour chaud.
We placed them in a container at Potro.
Ça continue, parce qu'il y a un petit gaz qui expire là.
Did this container contain a tear gas that was going to be expired?
To be honest, ça va gas qui y en a là-dedans.
The gas that was contained in there,
Nous finissons de détruire tout ça quelque chose. Un petit gaz qui connaît là-dedans. À cause des affaires expire, nous finissons de détruire tout le zile pour aller.
we had destroyed all those expired tear gas on Prowling.
Ça va un petit gaz qui a été détruit avant quelque chose qui met là-dedans.
The tear gas was destroyed before those things were placed inside the container.
Après.
It was after.
Un moment, ils sont ensemble.
But they were
ensemble,
together.
yes.
Yes.
C'est carrément une autre affaire.
Something else could have happened.
Si gaz, il y a un silo tape là.
The tear
Ouais.
gas, it had a
Allez,
tape
on
on
va
it. And once you throw it,
il commence par un différent silo tape, il burn là,
it
il
starts catch
explode.
fire, and then the tape burns, and then it explodes.
Ok, je vais expliquer ça à l'autre côté de gaz, mais nous là qui peut explode.
Can I explain in regards to the tear gas?
À quoi je connais même?
It's because I know, that's why I'm telling you.
Ça va un petit gaz qui est la bande,
The tear gas that was inside the
il y a
container,
un drop 100 mètres avec 50 mètres.
there were those of 50 meters and some 100 meters.
Il servait primer.
They used primer.
Pour lui péter, fait des dégâts ignition dans un fusil.
For it to blow off, it needs ignition from a gun.
Comme ça, lui-même, il ne peut pas ignite.
On its own, it would not ignite.
Ça va un petit gaz qui a un livre.
The tear gas that
Pas
had
là,
a
non,
river,
Non.
they were not in there.
C'est
no.
fini.
C'est fini, sorti dans la flotte.
They were already removed from
On a
the batch.
Dans un conteneur aussi là.
Also in the container,
Le petit store hand grenade. Pas hand grenade. little ban caoutchouc.
You stored
Chiladani?
rubber hand grenade.
Saban rubber hand grenade,
The rubber,
China,
hand
happy
grenade.
there's a container from the Lutkuti.
Ah, ça.
there were
Awesome.
some in the container, but on another side.
Saban unexploded detonators yanko lali.
The unexploded detonators, are they still there?
Yankolawi.
Yes, they are.
Qui te décidé faire avec?
What have you decided to do with it?
Okay. Chana, sorry, Chana ban chloric, such as a ban expert, kichi sorti deo,
There was supposedly to be some experts coming from overseas.
kichoko prefer, mon pas sûr qu'on a investigation avec ça.
They were still conducting their investigation by
Sis-
using those items.
C'est ça raison quoi, nous pas qu'on destroy, nous quitte de là, pas qu'on s'est encore envie, carry on notre investigation.
This is the reason as to why we have not destroyed them and we have kept them in case the investigation needs to be further carried out.
Mais tu as un expert qui vient gate avant.
There were experts who came. Did they come to look at those items?
Correct.
That's correct.
Tu viens gate ou bien non?
Did
Let me
they
get away.
come? Yes, they did.
Ils ont encore espéré ou?
And you are still waiting.
Saban zafè, yo koda kesa CID ka donne décision si
These items are still in a box with the CID, and it's the CID who will give the decision as to whether to get rid of them or to keep them.
La décision est pour donner les explode encore.
The decision will be given when another explosion happens.
Si y a ignition là,
If there is any ignitions in there,
il pas pour jamais vin active,
it will never become active
pareil, il était là bas dans sa container.
the same way that it was when it was kept there at the container.
Si un éclair tape ça continue.
What if the container is struck by lightning?
Pas pour jamais. Comme c'est clair pour taper sa container,
Even
si
if the
jamais il y a
container
un
would be
tape sa
struck by
container,
lightning,
il pas pour jamais gagner la cause, il pas costé en de sa container. Il n'a pas rien pour éclair gagner.
it would never
Access
reach to
avec
where
ça.
it is because it is not close to the container, and whenever there would be lightning, it would not even reach to where it is.
Si un fait pour toute la cuisine au bord de continue.
What if there's a fire in the kitchen close to where it's kept?
Ok. Il y a quelque chose qui nous fait clair.
There are things, let's say we have to make it clear.
Depuis l'explosion Petit Paris,
Since the explosion happened at Petit Paris,
la cuisine pas servi, pas en fonction.
the kitchen has not been used.
Il pas en fonction à cause
It's not
par exemple
operational.
connaît nous building même une des dit nous fait de nous sortir là à cause nous infrastructure il était déjà
As you know,
partout.
as you may have heard, we are already asked to move from where we are because of the infrastructure where we are right now.
Oui, je connais pas en fonction. Il pas en fonction. Mais souvent,
I
il y
know
a pas
it
un
is
sort
not-
électrique qui sort qui fait pour un building là au bord.
I know the kitchen is not running right now, but it can happen also if there's a fire in any building nearby.
Yo que ça.
That's okay.
Il y a un bout de conteneur d'explosion qui arrive là côté pot-trou,
Were there pieces and parts of the container
it can
that
explode.
that reached to the Potruk headquarters after the explosion?
Container il y en a qui nous spread un peu
Bout.
partout. Bon bout de container il y en a qui nous spread un peu partout.
Yes, some pieces were scattered
oui.
different
Au
places.
courant aussi dans surrounding area aussi, il gagne un bout de conteneur.
You are also aware that in the surrounding area there were other pieces of containers, yes?
Oui.
Tu as marché un bout de
Did you collect them?
Si a dit tu m'as ça ben affaire. Tu me dis tout ban
il y a encore là.
The CID officers were the ones who collected them. I cannot tell you where they are right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. Mr. Manya, the meeting you just referred to with the minister, when was that? What date?
Monsieur Magna,
Or year, roughly?
sa meeting pou pe koz lo la ki ou tjan avèk minister, ki lan ne, ki dat tete?
Il y a 2023.
Avant 2023? It was before 2023.
Qui l'a, né?
Avant
Before the
2023.
year
Avant l'explosion est
2023.
arrivée.
It was before the explosion.
that same year or the year before?
Même l'année ou soit l'année avant?
Il y en a qui fait l'année 2023. Il y en a qui...
There were meetings that were
2023.
conducted during the year 2023, but some also the year before.
Monsieur Mania,
Yes.
tout à l'heure, on dit, nous pouvons dire, nous deal avec military explosives, CCCL, il deal avec industrial explosives.
Cool.
One
Mr. Magnan, earlier you stated that you deal with military explosives and the CCCL deals with industrial explosives.
Correct.
That's
for
correct.
military explosives, très bien.
And you know very well anything that has to do with the military explosives.
Correct.
That's correct.
Okay. What about industrial explosives? One empty knowledge, one working knowledge.
Do you have some knowledge about industrial explosives?
Industrial explosive. Industrial explosive sont servis dans un site ici dans UCPS et CCL quand je servis ça ban faire pour casse rousse.
The industrial explosives are what is used normally in Seychelles on different sites, like for example for UCPS as well as CCL, for them to do the blasting for the work.
Ou tu considères magazine CCCL est danger?
Did you consider the magazine at CCL as a danger or risk?
Oui.
Yes.
Est grand danger ou soit comment vous describe ça danger?
How would you describe it?
OK. Côté était, on peut dire grand danger.
Where it was located, I would say it was very dangerous.
Pour tous les deux sites, on peut cause en général pour CCL, UCPS côté était.
And I'm talking for both, for UCPS as well as for CCL.
In reference to some meeting que vous avez avec Ministre Fonseca,
In reference to the meeting that you had with Minister Fonseca,
ou tu as un meeting régulier avec lui?
did you have regular meetings with him?
Nous parti faire un meeting qui m'est régulier. Nous avons besoin nous pour un moment que nous demandons nous.
We did not have regular meetings together with them, but whenever they required our assistance,
Les temps dit nous, tu as des officiers avec on a dit Gilberto Wedi qui nous dans un meeting.
and
So
when
part
I'm
of the
talking
channel?
about us, I'm talking about myself and Huberto Eti, whereby we went to attend to those meetings.
Ça veut dire ou est dit que tu attends on behalf of Potro.
Correct.
Therefore, you are saying that it was yourself and Oreti who attended the meeting on behalf of Potro.
Correct.
That's correct.
Dans sa meeting que exactement tu dis Ministre Fonseca?
What exactly did you say to Minister Fonseca during the meeting?
OK. Dans ce meeting que nous te mettons là devant eux, on a dit ça.
During the meeting, we put it before them.
Nous te tout à des autres pays où elle a droit pour capable mettre ban dépôt.
They were looking for a place for them to keep those depots.
Là, on peut dire dépôt, est-ce que vous pouvez mettre explosives magazine par y appeler à la loi?
Oui.
When you are talking about depot, are you referring to the explosive magazine as is stated under the law? Yes.
Correct.
Est-ce que vous satisfait que on amène nos concerns contre l'autorité?
Are you satisfied that you brought your concerns to the authority?
Vraiment satisfait.
I am very satisfied.
Seulement pas satisfait avec outcome et décision qu'ils ont prendre pour autres pas clos là.
But you are not satisfied with the outcome and the decision that they took for them not to act upon what you said.
Correct.
That's correct.
À présent, après le 7 décembre 2023,
After the 7th of December 2023,
il y en a quelque chose qui ne changé. Pousser, faire face avec situation ou soit pour empêcher répétition.
there were
Ça
things that
dépend.
changed to face the situation or prevent such from happening again.
To prevent. Qui m'a dit le côté prévention,
To prevent, what I can say about prevention,
l'autorité n'a pas rien qui sens.
When you look at things, nothing's changed.
Même autres procédures que Port pas changé?
How about the procedures at Portru? They've not changed?
Procédure locale, il peut changer à cause ça me peut entrer là.
The procedures at the camp change, and this is what I'm going to talk about.
Until ça ban explosive from Providence, to the Providence, mon cas dit ça.
You have removed the explosives from Providence,
On me dit Babaron.
and you place them at Babaron.
Babaron, il met qu'il a military camp. Nous avons
And at Babaron, as you all know, it's a military camp, therefore there are human beings over there.
ça quelque chose pareil était from pareil pour du CPS côté était du CPS comme la bosse qui là n'a pas CCL à cause n'a pas CCL n'a pas aucun explosive là-bas.
And this thing, the way that it was for CCL and UCPS, they do not have explosives there.
Il faut pareil à Providence. Il y a un lien n'a pas bien fait qu'il créé avec ça.
It is just the same as when it was at Providence, and nothing else was done, and there are no buffer where it has been placed into.
Now regarding l'explosion, le fait descendre lui-même.
And now, regarding the explosion on the 7th,
When we regard the radius of impact of that explosion,
when we look at the radius of impact of this explosion,
qui n'a tellement loin,
that went really far,
quelle quantité d'explosifs ou quoi tu en as de ça site code CCL, type qui sont explosives magazine?
how many explosives do you
Roughly.
think roughly were there at the site at CCL where they kept the explosives?
OK. Bref, il va nous dire.
Roughly, as we can say.
Par nous connaissons 4 containers.
As we know, there were 4 containers.
Mentions 4 containers.
Everyone mentioned there 4 containers.
Moi connais dadi qui mo kaba. Connais qui a accès avec quelque fois le temps là-bas.
And I can relate to only 2 of these containers because they were the ones that I had access to whenever I would go there.
Quantité explosive. Le temps porté dans ça radius par du causé.
The amount of explosives to that kind of radius as we are talking about,
Il peut être big amounts of explosive mo ka dire ça.
it would be a big amount of explosive.
En termes de tonnage, ou pas dire, non?
Would you
À peu
know
près, si.
how many tons approximately?
Le temps permet de tonnage pour dans 40 tonnes maybe more.
It would be around 40 tons or more.
Merci, c'est ton question.
Thank you.
C'est éclaircissement.
C'est choqué.
Le ou dit Baba on y a encore pareil.
When you
Qui-
stated that at Babaron it's
Ah.
still the same,
Si je comprends bien, je dis Baba on il temporaire.
and if I understood it correctly, they have stated that at Babaron it's placed there temporarily,
Après pour dans l'autre endroit,
and afterwards they are going to look for another place.
peut-être sans même il comme ça.
And that is why maybe it's like this now.
Nous ne pouvons pas comprendre pareil. Oui, quelque fois comme ça, mais seulement
Maybe this is why it's like this, yes, but
seulement pour aussi poser once que déjà arrive cette situation commence preventally depuis là comme la pour pas arriver.
once something like this happens, you need to start working on preventing it from happening as soon as possible.
Et depuis nous puissions comprendre un résident tout là-bas.
And we have to understand also that there are residents living there as well.
Mais si vous donnez advice sur côté où tu as saisi qui il a fait.
If you would give an advice, where do you suggest that this area should be done?
Quand la pose la question.
I love this question.
Par moi déjà dit
Like I have stated before,
créer un île. Pas grand si par moi
let's
déjà
create
dit.
an island, not a big one, like I have stated earlier.
Situation déjà arrivée nous ka comprendre qui n'est arrivé.
The situation had already occurred, and we all understand what had happened.
Pour ne pas cette situation répétée,
For us to prevent such thing from happening again,
étant que ça île créé avec son buffer.
when you create that island, you create it with its buffer.
Séparément UCPS, CCL.
And you separate it into one for UCPS and the other for CCCL.
Ou créer une façon que le temps, si jamais il y avait une autre explosion,
And you create it in such a way that if ever there is another explosion,
cette explosion, il y a juste pété, il y avait dans la mer, soit.
the explosion would only happen in the air or in the surrounding, just where they are kept, or also at sea, but just there.
À cause de tout ça qui était explosif, il y a un comprendre pour explosif, il paraît il y a un ballon qui peut gonfler.
Because everyone who works with explosives, they would understand that explosives are like balloons being inflated.
Vraiment, à cause de ça pour gonfler, et puis il pour rendre, ça me dit qu'il y a un go radius.
Because once it is inflated fully, then once it bursts,
Si y a la flotte, il peut faire beaucoup des autres par une providence.
and if it's filled up completely, it would cause so many damages like it had done at
Mais si
Providence.
on crée son buffer,
But if you have created the
conflit là,
buffer,
il y a de en direction à cause de la porte, il y a l'air pour les cas sortir
it
par
would
aller.
inflate where it is, it would find its own direction where it will go and end.
Dans ce cas comme ça, personne pas you can see mal.
And in
In the
such a
future.
case, no one will be injured in the future.
On a des îles, c'est ça.
Sorry.
On a allé.
Qui y en a là-bas?
Have you
Ça pas
ever
des lots, il y a-
gone to the
Oui, il n'y a pas
island?
de l'eau. Il y en a les. Il n'y a pas les rats aussi.
On that island, they do not have water. They do not have rats.
Il y en a gros mille pattes. Il y en a
They
les
have
arts.
millipedes. They have lizards
Après, il y a un petit oiseau.
and small birds.
Ou tu as 6 heures là-bas.
Would you suggest that place would be convenient?
Il peut être petit pour avoir un petit monde, mon cas.
It would be too small for these people.
Ou tu extends lui.
Si on a moyen,
Would it be extended? If they had the means to extend it, that would be good.
la porte vide de salle. Non, après ça, nous avons 500 pour passer, pas passe.
And they could build it in such a way that it would face the sea, and also put a sign there whereby fishermen would not come close to that
Ah, il y a
area.
l'autre problème, l'avion il passe là.
But there's another
You wash
problem.
it
There are
down.
planes that goes there.
Okay.
Yes.
Inspector Manya, we just have a few more questions for you. We're almost done.
Moi, je un petit commentaire, M. Magnan.
I have only one comment, Mr. Manya.
Mais c'est pour my concern regarding danger explosives magazine.
Thank you
for
for-
l'autorité.
Thank you for raising your concerns about the
Welcome.
dangers of explosive magazines before the authority.
Il est dommage qu'il n'y a pas de faire.
It's unfortunate that nothing was done
It's calé total.
until it was too late.
Pour moi, merci quand même.
But thank you very much.
Welcome, thank you.
Anything more do you want to ask, please? Ask questions. At any point? No, on this one. Doesn't matter. I think we're done with the questions. Thank you so much for your time and for your honesty. We appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thank you. So this comes to the end of today's session. Thank you very much. Thank you.